Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Soundachievers. In the month of Ramadan, the month of mercy, the month of Quran, we are going to talk about depression. Why? Well, because there's still a concept going on that Islam does not acknowledge depression. Well, if it doesn't, why do we have Ahadees and ayat about guiding us and helping us and teaching us how to deal with those difficult situations and times in your life? You know, we all go through depression at some point in our life. So today is the first day of Ramadan in Atlanta, Georgia, at least. So I am going to start with the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Subhanallah. But before I read the hadith, I'm going to tell you why it is so important for me. Like literally knowing this hadith from a very young age, I was able to keep myself safe. This hadith saved my life. This hadith stopped me, protected me from doing anything stupid. Because, you know, growing up, I wasn't learning Quran the way we are supposed to. I just knew how to read it in Arabic. I had no idea what the Quran is teaching me or telling me. But the beauty of living in a Islamic country or a Muslim environment is that the love for the Prophet ﷺ among the people has encouraged them to understand the Ahadees, because we generally don't recite hadith, so we don't really go into reading a hadith in Arabic form or in the speech, how it was delivered to us by the Sahaba or the scholars, how we received it from the Prophet ﷺ. But instead, we usually get it all translated, and that's how it spreads. So just like that, I heard this hadith long time ago. I don't even remember when or how young I was. But this hadith and the lesson in the hadith and the warnings, it's scary. So I'm warning you before I go ahead and read the hadith for you. I'm warning you to be ready to receive it. I'm telling you guys, if you do love the Prophet ﷺ, you need to understand this hadith in its entirety and look at the aspect of how the Prophet ﷺ is trying to save us. And of course, we all know that the Prophet ﷺ did not ever said a word that is not approved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever he is mentioning in the hadith is approved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's go ahead and read the hadith. And like I said, I'm starting my first video with this hadith because it's a lifesaver. So the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ goes as, he ﷺ says, whoever purposely throws himself from a mountain and kills himself will be in the hellfire, falling down into it and abiding therein perpetually forever. And whoever drinks poison and kills himself with it, he will be carrying his poison in his hand and drinking it in the hellfire, wherein he will be abiding eternally forever. And whoever kills himself with an iron weapon will be carrying the weapon in his hand and stabbing his abdomen with it in the hellfire, wherein he will abide eternally forever. So this hadith is from Sahih al-Bukhari. It's a very known hadith. It simply tells us that suicide or anything that is close to suicide is haram for the believers. because it is from shaitan, and it opens up the doors to hopelessness. Thinking about it is also like thinking about suicide or trying to attempt suicide or ending your life, things like that. Just goes to show how less your iman is upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or it's weak. It's something that you need to work on. And this hadith does not deny the existence of a problem, but it's telling us that there is a solution. There is actual solutions available, and we are going to, in our future sessions, we are going to study those solutions, inshallah. We're going to learn what Quran teaches us about depression and anxiety, and what different other hadiths teach us, and the quotes of the Sahaba and the life incidents in their life, and how they managed through all of that time of depression in their lives, and the scholars, all of that. We're going to learn all that, inshallah. But I wanted to start with this hadith because, to begin with in life, you need to know that you have to stay alive to be able to do something about your problem. And these strong words of the Prophet ﷺ are teaching us that our life is important, and our life belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not us fully. We are not supposed to make this kind of decision about our life. We are not sent into this world, or we will leave from the world based on how and what and why we feel. It's not our choice when we come and when we go. So when we try to take over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's haqq, we will have to face the consequences. And the consequence of ending our life is nothing but hellfire. I'm not going to talk about people who have already done this. Their matter is with Allah, is between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I'm also not going to sugarcoat it, telling all of you guys that it's okay. I know how it feels. So if you want to end your life, or if somebody did, we should feel sorry for them. No, we shouldn't feel sorry for them. May Allah protect all of us. We shouldn't feel sorry for them, because we're not allowed to. It's just like when Ibrahim alayhi salam wanted to make dua for his father, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped him. If a prophet was not allowed to make dua for his own father, how are we supposed to feel sorry for the people who committed suicide, ended their lives? We're not. And another drawback from feeling sorry for someone who did something like that, and I completely sympathize with the family, empathize with them. I know it's very painful. I'm not disregarding any of that. But if we collectively start feeling sorry for them and pity for them and giving them excuses, what it does is that it sends out a message to other people who are depressed, somebody else who is going through an ideation, thinking about it or planning it. It sends them this message that it's okay, people will feel for you once you're gone. They will actually love you once you're gone. they will actually talk good about you once you're gone. And that can escalate, that can make them take that step. Trust me. And that is happening every day. It's happening every day. So to stop this craziness, we need to teach people that this is not one of the options. No matter what you're going through. No matter what you're going through. Taking your own life is not an option. So, inshallah, for the rest of the Ramadan, my goal is to bring out ayat and Ahadees from the Quran, incidents from Sunnah, life of the prophets, life of Sahaba, life of our early scholars and their quotes, and learn how we can effectively cope with depression and continue to be an obedient servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and continue to stay on the right path, inshallah. All right. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.